Welcome. We are running a little late here at Battle of the All-Stars 2018. Got a little under 2 minutes of Derby before Colorado and Team Virginia. My name is Mary Chaos.
And I'm Scar Trek.
Yay.
And it's hashtag ScarfCast.
ScarfCast.
Scarf Trek taking the mic with Mary Scarfoss. I don't know.
That one didn't work out so well.
So really looking forward to this matchup. Team Colorado versus Team Virginia, both coming into today with Colorado actually only with wins on their side, but Virginia 2 wins and a loss already in Battle of the All-Stars 2018.
But their loss was New York, and only by 20 points.
Yeah, that was a super impressive showing by Team Virginia.
So you probably can tell on your stream there that it looks pretty busy on the other side of the track. A lot of people are here. A lot of people are curious to see what Virginia's going to do against Colorado because of that performance against New York.
Yeah.
Do you want to run down the Virginia roster?
Yeah, let's do our Virginia All-Stars. We've got Blaxican Ninja, Country Jam, Fizz Gig, Lilu Dallas Multi Smash, Machete, Massacre Marie, Miller Miller, Nikki Towner, Nuckin Futz, Pepe, Raygun, Raven Darkhold, River Styx Phoenix, Stone Wallop, Smack Mamba, Speed Junkie, Zip Block, T.I., Maleficent, Scoriental Express, Zayanara, and Rolling Thunder. And the Team Virginia wearing black today is coached by Mr. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang and Psycho Joia.
And for the Colorado All-Stars, we've got Erkin, Unprotected Legs, Mussolini, Smash-A-Lot-of-Puss, Mitch Wilhelm, Venturi's Vern, Sharon Tacos, Rabies, Elise LeCracken, Andy, Braun Swanson, S.H. Long, Castastra, Phoebe, Watson Cerebo. I know her as Nora P. Nephron still, so every time I see her name, it takes me a second. At Coyote, Acres. Oh, Acres is not here. I'm sorry. And I think Rabies maybe never ended up coming either. We have to adjust on the fly. Anyway, first jam is off. I believe it's Stone Wallop and Midge Wilhelm on the track together, and both of them out of the pack quickly. Midge Wilhelm in the front with lead jammer.
Yeah, Stone just about 30 feet behind as Midge enters into the pack, picking up points, and a quick call off there. It's going to be 3 points going up on the board for Team Colorado, and Virginia held scoreless in that first jam.
Stone put on the heat at the end there, tried to steal one, almost did, but echoes don't count.
Yeah, exactly. So I see Sharon Tacos out with the star for Team Colorado. Didn't catch a good view of the Virginia jammer.
Country Jam.
Country Jam, thank you,
there
venue announcers.
Yes. You're probably getting some bleed through on that, so sorry if we say the same things they do now.
So big D1 level talent on both of these teams. That Sharon Tacos out with lead jammer status again for Team Colorado.
Country Jam already has the star off, messing with, that's S.H. Long, and who was that? Didn't see the number of the other blocker.
Country Jam trying to get a star pass off to Lilu Dallas multi-smash. Lilu dancing up the inside line but cannot make it through. In the meantime, Sharon Tacos picking up another grand slam for Team Colorado.
Virginia able to get their jammer out. Finally, multi-smash coming around for a scoring pass.
So Colorado starting this game strong.
Yeah, which is unsurprising.
Yes.
Virginia, they were able to make the best out of a bad situation. We saw North Carolina kind of get eaten alive, passing the star behind Colorado blockers.
Right.
Colorado is known for their continuous waterfall. So many of these blockers are good at catching, and then the rest of the team coming up. So they just got to be careful if they're going to utilize that star pass in that way.
So out with the star in our next jam for Team Virginia, that's Nuckin Futz.
I've missed her so much.
I know, it's really great to see her skating again this year. She takes a bump out of bounds by number 505, Elise LeCracken. Has to restart that pass.
Smash-A-Lot-of-Puss at the same time getting recycled back. Miller taking her back.
Nuckin Futz with a nice jump around the inside line. Lead jammer status going to Team Virginia now.
Ziplock doing that Ziplock thing at the top of the pack, and now Miller filling in when Zip falls.
Nuckin Futz into the pack for points. She makes it by. It's going to be a grand slam up on the board for Team Virginia.
Futz, having played most of her career on Charm City, recently moved to Virginia, coming back to competitive play after 2 9-month Derby injuries.
Yeah. Nuckenfut's into the pack and kind of gets hung up on her own blockers there, has to call it off before any points get picked up. Oh, looks like 2.
Yeah,
okay.
She was able to squeeze 2 out real quick.
Sorry.
Unintentional pun.
Oh, dear.
Oh, goodness. I'm just going to drink my coffee.
Yeah. All right, so an early lead for Team Colorado, 16 points, plays against Virginia at 7, and we've got a little over 16 minutes left to play in our first period.
I believe I saw River Styx Phoenix. Oh, no, she's our pivot for Virginia.
I think that is number.
Rabies is actually, no, it's not Rabies.
Rolling Thunder.
Andy for Colorado. The scoreboard lied to me.
And then Rolling Thunder for Team Virginia. Sorry, we do not have a good view of the jammers at the start,
Absolutely
as I'm sure you've heard, but both jammers still working on the initial pass. Andy pushing at a 2-wall in the front. That's Raven, Darkhold, and River Styx Phoenix holding down the defense. She does make it out, though. Lead jammer status going to Team Colorado.
Virginia has wanted in the box. They're trying to get Rolling Thunder out with only 3, and now Andy taking advantage of them playing offense.
Whoa.
Raven Darkhold
just sat Braun Swanson down for sure.
That is a rare thing to see.
And now Andy into the pack again on another scoring pass for Team Colorado. Rolling Thunder, I don't believe she's been able to complete the initial pass at this point. She's got the star in hand, looking for her pivot.
Well, I watched the New York game that Virginia played, and I don't remember seeing Rolling Thunder jam during that.
I think she jammed in the first game that they played yesterday.
Okay.
Or on Friday, I guess. We've definitely seen her this weekend so far, but she hasn't been in every single game.
Okay. River Styx Phoenix now with the star coming around, and Andy going to call it off before she gets a chance to score.
Yeah, so that was a successful star pass on the Virginia side to stop the bleeding on the jam, get it called off by Andy. But a big pickup for Team Colorado. It was 10 points on the jam by Andy, bringing their score up to 26. So no one in the box as we start into our 4th jam of the game.
Oh, Black Mamba, is that what I heard?
Smack Mamba with the star for Team Virginia.
I saw the hair. I'm like, I don't know who has blue hair.
That's Coyote with the star for Team Colorado.
Coyote doing really good stuff on the track yesterday.
Definitely.
She's got sort of a speed skater kind of style where she's able to use small jukes and then extend her length to get through packs.
Miller trying to run some offense up in the front for Smack Mamba, break up that incredible tripod defense coming out of the Team Colorado. And if you're just joining us on the feed, Team Colorado in white, Team Virginia in black.
Catastrophe Phoebe running back. Smack Mamba.
Both jammers out now, but lead status going to Team Colorado. It's a foot race out there. Pack as well as jammers speeding up. Virginia with some defense set up in the front. Colorado's got one isolated in the back of the pack, though, so no points on that jam. Very fast and furious pace. I've noticed in all of the games that Colorado has played, they've really been pushing the speed, making it feel frantic and very, very fast, which is a style of play that they can hang really well with, but can be really challenging to their opponents. So that's Stonewall at number 5 with the star for Team Virginia. I think I see Midge Wilhelm out there with the star for Team Colorado.
Yes.
Midge Mayhem. Stonewall is still working on the initial pass, takes a big hit from Braun Swanson. Midge already with lead jammer status and into the pack for points. Makes it all the way through and calls off the jam with a clean 4-0, bringing Colorado's score up to 34. Little under 13 minutes left in our first period.
That was a great example of what you were talking about, Colorado pushing the pace.
Pushing the pace, yeah.
They probably realized that Virginia's strength against New York was when they could smush New York and make the jammers pick their way through a slow pack. If Colorado is speeding it up, it's making them spread out, and they're not as effective that way.
So Sharon Tacos with the star for Team Colorado. And I see River Styx Phoenix, number 11, grabbing lead jammer status for Team Virginia.
And as we see, again, every time that Virginia's gotten lead, they've been hanging out by the pivot line, so the pack hadn't made it very far. Nice low pack, equals 5 points for River Styx Phoenix.
Tacos takes a big hit out of bounds by Raven Darkhold, has to reset. Now another hit out of bounds by Miller. Miller getting the long drag back. River Styx Phoenix also knocked to the outside and having to recycle now, so both jammers having some trouble on this pass. Taquitos out of the pack and eligible to score now.
LeCracken and Catastrophe, a great blocking pair.
Definitely. Really dynamic, coordinated defensive efforts out of Team Colorado.
And Unprotected Lex is the third in that pot. You see her kind of moving around, like those two will catch, and she's the one that comes and cleans. Nuck and Futz up for Virginia.
And I think I heard Smash a Lot for Colorado.
More than likely.
So our jam underway. Zip block right where the jammer wants to be, as usual, with the big stop on Smash a Lot. Smash finds a way around the outside line. And Nuck and Futz also out now and eligible to score. So again, Virginia able to keep the pressure on in these jams. Not letting Colorado run away with it quite yet.
They've gotten more effective at that switch from defense to offense. Zip, after she was not able to catch the jammer, just went into the offensive mode and just started throwing shoulders into blockers to split them up.
Yeah, I think it might be an adjustment to the speed and style of play that they're meeting up with against Team Colorado. You know, if you can't play your usual game, just start kind of going crazy on their defense, see if you can break it up and get your jammer through.
37-18, just about 10 minutes left. Team Colorado fielding Andy.
And I think that is Country Jam for Team Virginia.
And Country Jam actually would have been able to stay on the floor because Peterman did go, LeCracken rather, did go out of play. Words are hard.
Country Jam still working on the first pass as Andy comes back in 4 points.
Country Jam almost past Catastrophe, and Phoebe's just not letting her go.
Yeah, Country Jam persevered though, made it out on the initial pass. And gonna stop the bleeding on this jam. Andy already with another grand slam.
Two Colorado blockers standing in the box. Now we've got Abina on her way back in.
Awesome takeout there by number 10, Unprotected Lex on Country Jam.
Then Raygun returning the favor to knock her out of bounds to try and help Country Jam through.
Virginia defense up at the front now doing a great job of holding Andy back. And Country Jam fighting to get the helmet cover back on. This is a scoring pass for Country Jam, so definitely want that star visible on the helmet to pick up any points you can get against Team Colorado. Right, nice clear there by number 23 on the Virginia All-Stars. It looks like Blaxican Ninja with a nice offensive clear for Country Jam.
Andy through again for another 5 points. And she's going to try and pick up a couple more points before this jam ends.
Country Jam, I think that helmet cover is just not staying on her helmet for whatever reason.
Because it's a hockey helmet. She's got a full face shield on, and
you hate to see that though, like something as you know.
I know. If your hockey helmet doesn't have a proper ridge on it, especially the ridges have a tendency to be on top, there's just nothing to hook on unless you're really good at taking it from the back.
So yeah, Country Jam, I think, took off the star a couple of times, had trouble getting it back on, and
55-22, Colorado in the lead, 7:40 left in the game. That was an 18-point jam
that was
for
a big
Colorado.
one.
They haven't been getting a ton of big jams, but when they do, it really just hurts.
Yeah, you feel it for sure. Coyote with the star for Team Colorado, up against Rolling Thunder for Team Virginia. Again with this Virginia star, it's just fallen off helmets left and right. That is not ideal.
No, it's not. And that one's tucked way underneath her helmet. so that probably is not helping.
Nice clear by Lilu Dallas multi-smash, gets Rolling Thunder out of the pack on the initial pass. Coyote back in for points now, though. It was a no pass, no penalty. Coyote's going to only pick up 4 points. Like one got added there right at the end. 4 points for Team Colorado on that jam, and 1 in the box for Team Virginia is going to give Colorado a pack advantage as we start into our 10th jam of the game.
59-22, Colorado. 6:43 going into this jam. Midge Wilhelm with the star. And I think it's River Styx Phoenix. Yeah. Phoenix, a jammer that Charlottesville relies heavily on, especially in divisional play.
Styx makes it around on the initial pass, but it's Midge coming in for points now. And a back block is called, giving a power jam opportunity to River Styx Phoenix. And if there is a jammer on Team Virginia that you want to give this power jam to, I think Styx is the one to make the most out of it. So Virginia running some active, absolutely huge hit.
However, Phoenix is taking some abuse. Her team's trying their best to play offense, and it just caused some ugly hits up from a couple of people.
Yeah, that was unprotected Lex, number 10, with the huge hit over there, and it did send her to the box. Midge now released from the power jam. So she is back in and picking up points for Team Colorado. River Styx Phoenix shut down a little bit on this power jam, so a nice kill by Team Colorado's defense.
Sometimes the way you come into a pack can really kind of set the pace for the way it's going.
Yeah.
And she came in and just picked the wrong line. She read her offense a little bit poorly, ended up coming straight into Cerebo, and it just did not go well.
Exactly. Midge gets bumped out to the outside by number 41, Lilu Dallas multi-smash. Awesome defender for Team Virginia. Both jammers make it through, so points on both sides. We're at 12-12 now in the jam.
I think the floor has a point to prove today.
Yeah.
You don't see, these are all really talented skaters. Like beyond roller derby, these are people that are good on their roller skates.
But so this floor doesn't seem to be friendly to toe stops. Every time people try to rely on their toe stops, they take a spill. Midge with a nice, easy pass through the inside line, picks up another 4 points to close out the jam. So the jam was even for, right up until the end, but Midge ran away with it there at the end, and it was a 21-12 result with Colorado coming out on top. A little over 4 minutes left to play in our first period. This is one of our 40-minute games today, so we are going to have a little 5-minute halftime, and the players will foul out after 5 penalties in this game.
Yep. Teams get 2 timeouts and 1 non-retainable review. Colorado starting with a pack advantage. Miller standing in the box.
Nice knockout to the outside line by Ray Gunn on Sharon Tacos, and Country Jam. No, I'm sorry, that's Smack Mamba with lead jammer status for Team Virginia.
999 Ray Gunn tried to jam through the pack to catch.
Huge takeout on Smack Mamba by Braun Swanson. That's going to force the call off for Team Virginia.
Every time I see Braun after a big hit, she just looks nonplussed. Just like, oh.
It's just normal, everyday kind of thing.
Okay. Roller derby. Like super casual, like nothing happened.
Yeah, no big deal.
Yeah, 80-35, only 1 point on the board for Virginia in that one.
Yeah, Colorado opening up the score differential a little bit as we continue into our first period. Nuckenfutz with the star for Team Virginia wearing black today, and quickly out and lead for Team Virginia. She's up against Smash-A-Lottopus, who is already out on her initial pass as well.
Virginia playing the slower game, trying to goat some points. Virginia choosing to play a little bit of the long game, which I'm surprised we haven't seen before. The coach from Team Virginia is also the coach of Charlottesville. He is known for going long.
For going long when he feels like the gamble is worth it.
Yeah.
Nuckenfutz takes a hit out of bounds by Catastrophe, who is running her back. Long drawback there by Team Colorado on Nuckenfutz.
I'm sure right now the Derby Apex is writing some sort of tweet about the long game.
Smash-A-Lottopus takes a knock out of bounds as well, another long reset. So we are stalled between corner Corners 3 and 4.
Miller trying to keep her in the pack. Smash a lot of puss, able to move her feet. And then Nuck and Futz follows through.
So we'll see how Virginia comes out in that one. Lead jammer status was obtained by Nuck and Futz, and she did let it run. Turns out it was a good gamble, 9-4 on the jam in favor of Team Virginia.
The crowd seems to have waken up a little bit.
Yeah, I think the beer is flowing at this point. So
that's right. Crooked Hill Brewery is here. 84-44. Under 2 minutes left. Got Stone Wallop on the track and Andy for Colorado.
Colorado with the defense set up in the back. Virginia with defense in the front.
Got a multiplayer block going to Lilu Dallas multi-smash.
Great offensive, great two-person defense up in the front by Raven Darkhold and Ray Gunn, but Andy makes it out. Lead jammer status going to Team Colorado.
SH Long sitting in the box for a multiplayer block as well. Stone Wallop trying to get past Bron Swanson on the inside, and it doesn't work out for her.
Stone Wallop does make it around most of the Colorado blockers. Yep, she's out and eligible to score now, so putting the pressure on Andy, who is about 30 feet in front of Stone, coming in for another scoring pass. Andy picks up at least, 2 points on the side of Team Colorado to close that jam out, so it was a 7-0 jam. Colorado moving their score up to 91 points, Virginia with 44 points, and we've just got 30 seconds left in the period, so it looks like it'll be enough to start another jam. But
no teams using any of their timeouts in this first half.
I think the game is moving like so fast that they're
that they're just letting it roll. I cannot see. Oh, I believe it's Coyote is on the floor for Colorado.
And that's number 95, Machete, slicing through the pack right off the start. Now, Machete was used yesterday in the New York game as a jammer, but usually, she is a huge part of the defense for Team Virginia. Nice move around the outside. Probably picked up some points on that, but she did get knocked out, so she's going to be resetting behind Colorado's defense. And Coyote with the star in hand, still working on her initial pass.
Yeah, that's Elise LeCracken, one of the Colorado MVPs of this weekend.
Machete gets hit to the inside. Lead jammer status with Virginia, and she does decide to call that off before Coyote makes it back into the pack.
But through all that recycling, she was able to get all 4 points.
Yeah.
So that means going into halftime, we are going to have Colorado in the lead 91, Virginia 48 once that goes up on the board. We'll be back in a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
And we're coming back. Myself and Scar Track, Cat Truck.
We're both rocking awesome scarves, just
Yes.
so you know.
Denver Roller Derby, who is one of the best roller derby Twitters in the world, sent a gift through Twitter, but because we're in a tin can.
Yeah.
So, oh, there it goes.
Nice. Thanks for the shout out, DRD.
Totally excited. All right, we're about to get back into Colorado and Virginia. And everyone's laughing and smiling, which is excellent. Braun still got her mustache on.
Yep,
always good.
Fully affixed.
We've got Midge Wilhelm and Nuckin Futz on the line.
Really effective jammers for their team so far in this game. Midge with a nice step around the outside line. Gets caught by Machete at the top of the pack, but makes it out for lead jammer status for Team Colorado.
Futz still trying to pick her way through. And Midge back into the track, just sort of pushes Miller out of the way with a little side bump. We got a forearm penalty going to SH Long. She's going to sit down in the box.
Nuckin Futz makes it out of the pack with some help from Miller. Midge coming in for more points, though.
Braun putting herself in position to play some offense from the front. Doesn't need to.
There was a steal there by Nuckin Futz and Team Virginia. A little bit of a late call off there on the Team Colorado side. So 2 points stolen by Team Virginia. Colorado with 5 points on that jam.
Point thievery is something always exciting to see. That is why you do not stop running.
Yeah.
And for blockers, you don't stop blocking. All right. I can see. Oh, it looks like Stone Wallop for Virginia.
I think that's Sharon Tacos for Team Colorado.
Very well might be.
Stone Wallop with 2 to beat in the front. That's Elise LeCracken.
And Stone Wallop.
Yeah, makes it by. Lead jammer status going to Team Virginia. Sharon Tacos out as well. Probably about a half track back.
Stone is another one who saw a lot of jam time for Charlottesville. Nice sweep from the inside.
Beautiful lane.
I think they're letting it run a little. Yep, I'm seeing the signal from the coach.
Sharon Tacos makes it out as well. Points go up for Team Colorado as well. Stone Wallop headed back into the pack now for her second scoring pass.
I mean, if nothing else, if you've got this opportunity to get some experience against essentially Denver, might as well.
Yeah, I got to talk with Stone last night. She received MVP for the game against New York, and she was so looking forward to this game. She makes it through again. 4 more points up for Team Virginia. Tacos through as well. So this is an even Steven jam so far, and Team Virginia letting it run. Oh, big. Lilu did a nice job clearing the inside line, but there was a collision with Stone trying to make it through. And big
both
tumble.
went down. It looked like she just landed on her hip really hard, and sport court is unforgiving.
Yeah.
It looks like it wouldn't be too bad to fall on, but I'll be honest, I would rather fall on concrete. Because
you slide a little bit.
Wood bounces. Sport court, it's dead.
So it was 10-8 on the jam in favor of Team Virginia. So a nice 2-point pickup on that differential, and we've got a little over 17 minutes left in our second period of play. With the star out next for Team Virginia, that's Country Jam.
And
Smash a lot of puss with the star for Team Colorado. Smashes through, lead jammer status for Team Colorado. Country Jam just 1 to beat up in the front.
And she is going to get a track cut.
Yeah, so she got the knockout by SH Long, but then the teammate ran back, and Country Jam didn't see that. So track cut and a power jam now for Team Colorado.
Yeah. Wookie mistake making that call at the front of the pack as OPR.
Smash makes it through on a scoring run. That's going to be a grand slam for Team Colorado.
Colorado do really nice mixing into Team Virginia. They weren't really engaging. They were just placing themselves in spots to be advantageous later.
Yeah, it can be really effective to just, make sure that Virginia can't set up their defense the way they need to be set up on a power jam. So Virginia jammer iced in the box along with a teammate. So got a definite pack advantage on this power start for Team Colorado.
Might be Blaxican Ninja going to start in the box.
And that's Midge with the star for Team Colorado.
I wonder what Colorado's going to do. And Virginia doing a pretty okay job of responding to what they saw was about to happen. River Styx Phoenix catching at the top of the pack. Lilu Dallas tried to help her out, but now Country Jam back in.
Meets up with Watson Cirabo on the inside line.
And Cirabo was able to very legally break up that star pass. And now.
Yeah, Styx with the stealthy star pass. Virginia has gotten the star out of the pack, gonna put the pressure on in this jam. Andy calls it off. Styx from Team Virginia. I mean, I'm sure it's not anyone's first time seeing her play, but an amazing double threat player. She can jam at a super high level. Also, really effective defensive player as well. Great wearing the pivot star because she can execute that sneaky star pass when it's necessary. So that's definitely a player to keep your eye on.
And when she's not jamming, she's pivoting.
Mm-hmm. Got secret jammers lined up.
They're, I have a guess of who they are because they're, Nuck and Futz is one.
Nuck and Futz
and
for
Coyote.
Team Virginia and Coyote, right. So Coyote gets a bump out of bounds from Ziplock and Miller and a long drag back. Nuck and Futz dealing with some serious defense in the front. T.I., the captain for Team Virginia, trying to break that up, but it's Coyote getting lead jammer status for Team Colorado.
And black one for Fizwig is going to go for a clockwise block. Nice step over Ziplock is Coyote to get through. Zip is back at the top of the pack though and pushes her out.
Yeah.
Zip's been all over the place.
Definitely.
I mean, she's
like literally wherever the jammer wants to be, Ziplock is there in the way. Virginia doing a good job of keeping Coyote under control in this jam, but it's a 5-point grand slam for Team Colorado. Definitely wasn't an easy pass, but she made it happen.
She's very good at picking a point and pushing forward.
Knockout by Ziplock and another run back.
But still having trouble getting through.
Yeah, and Miller having to be involved in the defense on this one, even though she is wearing the helmet stripe, the pivot stripe, so.
And now she's going to go to the penalty box, so she cannot help.
So jam mercifully ends.
Yeah.
Nuck and Futz with a little bit of difficulty on that one, but it was only, was it 9-0?
Yeah. It seemed like Coyote was having trouble. The pack got really smushy there in turn 4, and Coyote seemed to say, you know, why risk this?
Yeah.
Ziplock seemed to have her number in this one. Midge Wilhelm and Machete going to the line.
Okay, Machete successful with the lead jammer call last time she was used in this capacity, so.
Midge trying to duck under Raven Darkhold, but River Styx Phoenix saw what was happening.
Nice defense there by Team Virginia and a lead jammer status for Machete.
Midge kind of blocking her.
Machete really able to take advantage of speed and lateral movement as a jammer.
Yeah, she's going all over that track to use every inch of it, and I'm pretty sure.
Yep, that was a no pass, no penalty. So 4 points on the board for Virginia, and it looks like Virginia's going to let this run. Midge into the pack as well.
And Midge through.
So 4 points up on the board now for Colorado. Machete already back in, meeting up with Elise LeCracken and Watson Cirabo.
Colorado trying to break up Virginia, which they do pretty well. They get the pack running fast.
Nice hit out of bounds by number 41, Lilu Dallas multi-smash. Draws Midge back.
Meanwhile, Catastrophe Phoebe took Machete back, Cirabo back there to meet her as she comes back in.
Nice offense from River Styx Phoenix, helping Machete pick up those extra few points. Really hard fought and hard won by Team Virginia. So 11-8 was the result of that jam. Colorado now at 135 points, Virginia at 71, and just over 11 minutes left to play in the game.
Team Virginia's coach is in the middle, telling the refs that he might disagree with some of the things happening in the gameplay.
He might be verbally assisting the officials.
That's all. Just making some suggestions on how they could improve in the future.
Feedback's important. So Stone Wallop with the star for Team Virginia.
Smash a lot of puss for Colorado at the top already. Miller, zip block, and 999.
That's Raygun.
Raygun. I should know that name by now. I should know that number.
Successful star pass for Team Virginia. So that's Miller putting the star on and putting the pressure on in this jam. Smash a lot of puss. Knocked to the outside. And Raygun was trying to pull a cut right there at the end of the jam, but it did not get called. 3 points go up for Team Colorado.
Those 3 points picked up there by Colorado, giving them 38, Virginia 71.
Now, Raygun, of course, really familiar with a lot of these Colorado players. Raygun moved out to the to Richmond area, having played at Rocky Mountain.
I thought that I recognized that name for another team.
So definitely fans in Colorado are going to recognize Raygun playing for Team Virginia in this game and having a really successful season with Charlottesville Derby Dames now. Nuck and Futz now with the star for Team Virginia.
And Andy on the line for Colorado.
Nuck and Futz with some distracted defense, able to make it out. Lead jammer status going to Team Virginia.
Meanwhile, Raven Darkhold and River Styx Phoenix recycling back Andy.
And one to the box for Colorado, so a little pack advantage created here for Team Virginia.
It's unprotected Lex sitting down.
So Nuck and Fuss meets up with lots of about.
So these two are these two are friends. They've known each other for a little bit. Suribo having played previously for River City before going to Denver.
So Nuck and Futz through on a scoring pass. That's grand slam on the board for Team Virginia. Andy's still working on, I believe Andy's still working on the initial pass.
Yes.
Been recycled several times in this jam. Nuck and Futz with a huge hit. Out of bounds, gonna have a long recycle there.
She caught all the points, and then just at the last minute, she tried to skip to keep in bounds.
Yeah, unfortunately gave some points to Team Colorado though with that call off. So total on the jam, we're waiting for the scoreboard to update. So it was 4-9. Virginia coming out with 9 points on that jam. Colorado with 4 points. 8.5 minutes left in the game.
So we had been talking before the game about jammer rotations, and I had said that I really thought that Virginia should consider tapping into Miller as a jamming option.
And here we go.
And here we go.
Up against Coyote for Team Colorado. Machete in the pack with the pivot stripe. But quick lead jammer call for Team Colorado in corner
track.
one. Oh, it was a cut track.
It was a cut track.
So Miller on the power jam with Machete wearing the pivot stripe. Good situation for Team Virginia.
Yes. They could just get a little bit of momentum to that pack to help get her through.
Nice.
Miller, smart player, not going for the star pass, knowing that she is still eligible for lead.
Yeah, nice offense from her teammates, Raygun. Miller just one to beat in the front.
Now two. Ron coming up, but has to drop off the bridge right away. Miller.
Mussolini was the last line of defense there in the front for Team Colorado, but Miller makes it by.
Great penalty kill by Colorado.
Definitely. Miller definitely pulling in some air, trying to get ready for this next scoring pass against a tough Colorado defense.
Coyote making the triangle move.
And a nice knockout there by Captain T.I. for Team Virginia is going to force Coyote to recycle.
But T.I. herself is going to go sit down in the box. I didn't see what the call was.
Yeah, Virginia with the, briefly had two in the box there, but Raygun coming back out. Miller was into the pack. I think got all 4 points and called off that jam in time to prevent Coyote from scoring.
Yeah. We got to... I don't think Coach can decide if he wants an official review or a timeout. He was kind of going between the O and the T.
So trends. Well, what I'm seeing so far in this game is a very, very fast pack, and Virginia kind of struggling to keep their defense set up in the way that they are usually able to against such a fast and ferocious speed of this game.
Every now and again, you see Virginia realize what's going on, like especially in power jams. They're falling to the back of the pack to stop the speed, but then once the jammer gets there, they're not able to push from a zero momentum. You know, trying to push Braun Swanson or SH Long out of their spot.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy.
It's not easy, especially when you're doing it without any speed or momentum behind you.
You know,
So-
Colorado coming into this tournament, I mean, they have the roster to take this whole tournament, and we're going to see how that plays out. One interesting note, if Virginia does take the loss today, which, you know, it's certainly not out of the realm of possibility for them to get back into this, but if they do take the loss today, they're going to be set up for a game likely against Team Maryland tomorrow. And I know everyone in the DMV, the Washington, D.C. type of area wants to see that rematch this year, Team Virginia and Team Maryland.
I feel like that has happened most of the years. Like, I know that
we're getting some information about the official review that Mr. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang called for.
and they were just using it as a timeout.
Okay.
That's why he couldn't decide which one to use.
In the meantime, Midge has picked up lead jammer status for Team Colorado. Stonewallop with the star in hand for Team Virginia.
Ooh, zip block almost had Midge out of bounds. This time it was Lilu Dallas that was able to push her out, but she must have stayed in one hand.
And a star pass to
Zip
Zip
block.
Block is going to get the start of the pack for Team Virginia, put some pressure on Midge to get this jam called off.
Team Virginia is full of sneaky jammers. Like, there are so many of these blockers that have spent seasons or spend time on their teams at home as part of the jammer rotation. So you've got a plethora of people that can take that pivot strike.
Yeah, and Charlottesville in particular is really good about developing their skaters with the ability to both jam and block. I mean, you got to give credit to that league for doing a great job in training double threat skaters.
And it's important because when your jammer passes the start, they need to be able to,
You've got to have pivots that can deliver for sure.
and jammers that can become part of a pack.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Smack Mamba on the outside just has SH Long to come up against, and that is a hard blocker to have to contend with. SH Long winning for a moment. Braun Swanson able to pair back up.
It's so cool to see a skater like Smack Mamba take on the likes of Braun Swanson. She does make it out. Lead jammer status going to Team Virginia.
Braun going to the box for an out-of-play block, laughing on the way, going, well, I'm pretty, like, Braun has not gotten many penalties this weekend, so.
Big impact there in corner 4. Smash-A-Lot-of-Puss meeting up with Miller.
And now Smack Mamba on the floor.
Smack Mamba with the awareness to get the jam called off before Smash-A-Lot-of-Puss can make it into the pack for points. So, 2 hard-earned points by Smack Mamba for Team Virginia. And about 4.5 minutes left to play in this incredibly fast and ferocious matchup between Team Virginia wearing black and Team Colorado wearing white.
And the game after this one,
Let's pull that info up.
I just had it. It was Maryland?
Yeah, Massachusetts versus Maryland.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
The MAs.
So the winner of both of these games is going to go. They're going to go on into the championship bracket. The loser of both of these games going to go into the consolation area of our championship bracket, if that makes sense.
Machete using those long legs to pirouette and dance past the Colorado blockers to gain lead jammer. Meanwhile, Andy's still struggling in the back.
So Machete already into the pack and picking up points.
Braun Swanson has rejoined the fray with Catastrophe and
It's Watson Cirabo and Braun Swanson.
Thank you.
With a tripod of defense set up in the back, making life hard for Machete. Both jammers having a rough time on this jam. Zip block with a successful hit out of bounds on Andy and a nice long drawback. Machete takes a huge knock to the inside though and calls off the jam after 3 points go up for Team Virginia.
We've got a timeout going to Team Virginia.
Hey, and I just realized we have yet to give some love on this feed to Chad and the New England Roller Derby Report for bringing the live action to everyone at home. Beautiful coverage this weekend by them out of the love of their hearts. So thank you very much to Chad and the crew. For
I remember when BOTAS was televised with just a phone.
Yeah.
That was usually being held by Gretchen.
This is a way better setup.
Oh my gosh. That's I was super stoked to hear that Chad and their Derby was going to be here this year. This tournament is fantastic, and it's a great way to start the season. A lot of us have been having Derby withdrawal because we haven't had a chance to see anything since Champs. We've just been watching archives. This is a great way for announcers, officials, skaters to warm up to the season, and for those at home, a great way to kind of see who's skating with who's still around, who didn't retire even though they said they were going to. Who's playing for what state now?
Yes, that's true. There have been some shakeups this year.
Indeed.
With the star for Colorado, that's Coyote. And for Virginia, I think that's Roland Thunder.
Yes.
Coyote makes it past Zip Block and lead jammer status going to Team Colorado.
Coyote coming in, taking on Miller. Ziploc was trying to do some offense from the front, and just
She has to laugh at that.
So sad that there wasn't a photographer. I'm hoping that Jess got that. I'm hoping that Shutterfly got the look on her face as she was in the air, sitting on Rolling Thunder like a seat.
Yeah, pretty much. So in the meantime, though, points going up for Coyote and Team Colorado, and Rolling Thunder makes it out of the pack as well. So probably our last scoring pass in this jam by Coyote before this one gets called off.
Unless they decide to run it, but Colorado has not been doing long jams.
Well, they haven't needed to so far in this tournament.
You know, like, I've seen some teams that have big scores, especially because this is a tournament where, let's be honest, it's not going to hurt your ranking.
Right.
We don't have to worry about ranking points, Derby, Apex.
Yeah.
So to kind of wind the game down, I'm surprised that they haven't been doing longer jams just to sort of chew up the game
To bleed the clock out, yeah. Nuck and Futz with the star for Team Virginia.
And I think Wilhelm, because she's tiny. Yep, it's Wilhelm.
Not much movement yet in the pack. Everyone kind of jockeying for position.
Having trouble to see him because of Wookie. He is now out of the way. I can see Nuck and Futz.
Midge gets moved out of bounds by Blackskin Ninja, but Ninja going to take a penalty for that one. I think it was a direction of gameplay. Oh no, and a cutting track penalty to Nuck and Futz that was well executed by Catastrophe.
Yeah, she's been having a stellar game. Midge Wilhelm coming through, trips on someone's foot.
Kind of lays out there, but quickly back up and into point scoring position.
That looked like just one of those unfortunate, oops, I put my foot in the wrong spot.
All right, grand slam on the board for Colorado. And Midge quickly back around. So Nuck and Futz now standing in the box, so this power jam about to come to its conclusion.
I don't know if you could see it, but Midge ducked and then did a nice little 180 to get through the pack on the other side. Midge re-engaging, spinning past Team Virginia, 5 more points on the board.
Nuck and Futz with a relatively easy pass there out of the penalty box.
Futz has definitely shown that her footwork is still a tool and a weapon.
Yeah. So pretty successful pickup there for Team Virginia in spite of a power jam.
Timeout being called by Virginia, even though they would have gotten another jam anyway, but hey, might as well take 30 seconds because you can.
Yeah, exactly. So our score at 178 for Colorado, 94 Virginia, and we've got about 30 seconds left on the period clock. So this game winding down. It's been an exciting one.
It has been. All I can think is...
Oh, you go ahead and finish your thought.
Okay, official review as a timeout, that's what we thought.
We kind of figured that, yep.
So Virginia played New York. New York's the other, New York and PA have been the other powerhouses that we've seen. So all I can think is, okay, Virginia only lost to New York by 20. So if Colorado meets up with New York, that could be a battle of titans.
Yeah, Clash of the Titans for sure.
So I am interested to see that pair.
Yeah, a lot of really stacked rosters here at Battle of the All-Stars 2018.
It's nice to see Colorado bringing their All-Stars. They had previously saved their All-Stars for State Wars. State Wars having not happened for a couple years now. I was talking to Coyote and some of the other Colorado skaters. They said, well, you know, we missed the tournament, so let's bring
this one.
Let's bring to this one.
Everyone loves to come to Pennsylvania in January. Why not?
Right. Hey.
Stonewall up with the star for Team Virginia, pushing at the front tripod of Colorado defense. Miller in there breaking it up.
And Sharon Tacos for Colorado.
A lot of action here in corner one. And that's Smash-A-Lot-A-Puss for Colorado.
Oh, I'm sorry. It
That's
was.
okay.
I misidentified the skates.
So Stone Wallop still mixed up in the pack, looking for the initial pass. Smash-A-Lot-A-Puss with lead jammer status for Team Colorado. Stone ducks around the last defender for Colorado and makes it through on the initial pass.
And clock winds down. Stone with a smile on her face. I think both with a, oh, I wanted to go more, and also a, oh, good, I don't have to go more. Unofficial final 179 to 90. Woo, woo. So the winner of this game will play, if I could look at the bracket real quick, I don't have it in front of me. Do we know what time?
Virginia is going to play the winner of our next game tomorrow at 1:20
p.m. So
yeah, and then
yep,
as I mentioned earlier, Virginia moving on to play the loser of the very next game, which is going to be New York versus Massachusetts versus Maryland.
Right. So I'm not sure when that game's going to happen. Honest. Anyway, we're going to turn our mics off and talk about MVPs.
Yeah, and don't tune away though, because we've got interviews with our MVPs coming up right after that. Stay tuned.
And I am Mary Chaos here with the Colorado MVP, Catastrophe. Catastrophe, where do you play normally?
I skate for the Boulder County Bombers in Boulder, Colorado.
And now I see that you have an OG uniform on. State Wars Roller Derby. How long have you played with Team Colorado?
I think this is my 3rd year, so I couldn't make BOTAS last year, but I was really excited to make it this year.
I am curious to know, for you, coming from a team that is not Denver and having played a couple tournaments now with this team, how has your game changed over the years?
It's definitely changed because I've taken the input and the experience from skaters who are phenomenal, amazing human beings and skaters, and they're so talented, and I just kind of like absorb off them like a weird little amoeba.
And one more question, what is your spirit animal?
Oh. I think a bunny or a very angry panda. Just some kind of very angry, cute vegetarian animal. No, I know, the bunny from Monty Python.
Oh, okay. So as long as no team brings a holy hand grenade, thou shalt continue to be successful in future games. Excellent job. You killed it today.
I had a lot of fun. It was a great team to play.
All right. Thank you.
Hey, it's Scar Trek live with New England Roller Derby Report. I've got our MVP for Team Virginia. This is Miller standing beside me. How was that game playing against a really tough Colorado roster?
Oh, you're right. It was very tough, but we learned a lot. We had a lot of fun.
Okay, and this is your 2nd year on Team Virginia. What's the experience been like playing for your state team?
Oh, I love it. It's fantastic. We have such a good time. It's such a great group of ladies.
And so let's see, what else can I ask you about? Oh, I heard you got an injury.
Oh, yeah. My biggest injury from the game was I ran into the gate. So I have a bruise on my leg, but that's about it. So lucky that way.
Yeah, you're doing good coming out of that game. So thank you, Miller. Congratulations on getting MVP, and we'll see you up next for Maryland versus Massachusetts.